Hey folks, it's Dr. Sam, and I received a question yesterday from an adult who is suffering strabismus. That means the eyes are not working together. And he shared that he's in a vision therapy program. He's almost done with it, and he's a little frustrated he's not getting the results that he wants. He also said that he's had strabismus since he was a child, and when he was a child, at least he didn't have surgery, but he did the eye patch and he also did some exercises, and he wants some advice. Well, the first thing I would say is that when we develop a visual coordination problem like strabismus, a lot of times this condition occurs very, very early in our life. And one of the exercise regimens that I bring into strabismus, even with adults, is using something called the primitive reflex therapy. Now, not a lot of doctors know about it. I was blessed to learn about this therapy from my colleagues who practice in Denmark and Sweden, and they had been using the primitive reflexes for over 30 years. Basically, it's a set of movement patterns that help release the brainstem. Now, the brainstem is the part of our brain that I call the reptilian brain. It's our survival brain. And a lot of times, these primitive movement patterns, if they don't get fully integrated, they can wreak havoc on our visual system and cause things like strabismus. So if an adult is not getting the results using vision therapy, I recommend doing the primitive reflex movements that will help release the brainstem, and it will help improve the visual coordination. So you should talk to your therapist about that. The second thing I would put in about strabismus is that it's not just an eye problem. You know, one of my teachers used to say that a vision problem is more than in the eyeball, but it's in the whole person. And strabismus means that I have an integration problem not only in my eyes, but in my brain and in my movements, in my body. This is why, even with adults, we do lots of repatterning that integrates our cross-patterning, our bilateral integration. So we do things like hopping and skipping and bilateral movements because this tells the brain to inform the eyes, hey, you need to integrate and work better together. Now, last but not least, prescriptions. So this gentleman is wearing a prescription in the right eye, but the prescription in the left eye is almost twice the amount in the right eye, and he does a lot of work on computers. One of the techniques that I've used, if it's possible, is to begin to prescribe lenses that are symmetrical. So even if one eye doesn't see as clearly as the other eye, I would ask the doctor to see if he could make up a pair of glasses so that it would be the same lenses. And what this does is this encourages both eyes to work together. So that's a lot of different strategies that you can bring to the strabismus therapy. But vision therapy is a great way to help reprogram and retrain the eyes, brain, and body to work together. So hang in there with it. It's definitely a process, and here are some ideas that could help you. So that's my message for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, take good care.